And I remember going to your wife first and being like, I think I'm gonna ask your husband to quit his job and start a company with me. Like, may I have your husband's hand in business? And she was like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, the rest is kind of history. Where did your interest in augmented reality first begin? How did you get started?
So I started out as a video game developer, and then I kind of actually didn't like VR that much, because what you're doing with VR is like fully replacing your world. You're wearing these like goggles that obscure everything, and like that seemed like a super weird thing to do. And then when AR glasses became more of a thing, I was really interested in those, because you aren't replacing the full world. You're interacting with the world around you, you're interacting with the people around you, with the objects around you, and that's just like way more interesting, and got back into it and have been doing it sort of since. What about you?
So I got started working augmented reality when I worked at Meow Wolf. And so Meow Wolf, as you know, is all about showing us that the ordinary is more than the ordinary, and many things are worth a second glance. The world is already magical and interesting. And so augmented reality for this company felt like the perfect instrument to like creatively express this idea further. And so I got started making location-based experiences within Meow Wolf exhibits with augmented reality, and that's how I got started. How and when did you get involved with the Snap AR team, and what has that experience been like for you?
So I got involved with Snap over the pandemic. The Snap team called me and they said, we have this waveguide headset. It works really well outside. And I was like, sure you do. Like, I would love to see it, but I don't believe you. And so I got sent the dev kit, and I was like, wow, this actually works really well. And like the turning point moment for me, where I was like, clearly this is going to be the thing I want to do a lot of development with in the future, was when I had the spectacles. I had like an okay laptop and like a little Wi-Fi jetpack, and I was able to go out to like a very remote area that had bad 5G with this like jetpack, and I was able to push to device, and it really opened up the ability to build things on location that I could never do before. What about you?
One of the first big projects I did with Snap was when Refract received a Ghost grant, and that really actually gave us the runway to start Refract Studio. And with the Ghost grant, we made a game about hunting ghosts, which was really fun and cute. And that was my first time working with Snap, and it's a great experience, and it's only been improving since.
How do you think about AR differently now that we have AR glasses and spectacles?
It's an exciting time. I feel like now with the spectacles, you can really build the things that you've been wanting to make. I feel like maybe the previous 5 years, a lot of the AR you saw shared on social media was really just like fancy 3D renders. Now Spectacles is making this a reality, and it's time to build the things you've been thinking about. You don't need to mock it up in a 3D engine.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I remember in our early days, Spectacles work, like we would take in-device renders and like put it on the internet, and people would be like, you can't just put VFX and say that you made stuff, and be like, no, like this is from the headset, like we did actually build this. How would you describe your style of work? Like what inspires you?
Got like kind of two styles of work that we're really into. The first being extremely practical, very practical. And then the other kind of style of experience that we make is just extremely fantastical and creative and beautiful. And we're working with traditional artists to bring their mediums and represent them well in a beautiful way in augmented reality. So yeah, let's talk about ReadyCare and medical applications. Like, how did that come to light? What was the inspiration for this?
So I'm a nursing student, and I'm super interested in, the care that we do for each other, that we do for ourselves at home. It started with, we're like, well, what if you could find all the AEDs that were in a building? Because I don't even know where those are. And then we actually nobody even knows what that is. We'd ask people do you know what an AED is? Like, would you know what to do with one? They have instructions on them, but they're really confusing. And there's all sorts of devices out there that's true for, like EpiPens, HypoPens, Narcan, all of this stuff that nobody actually knows how to use. And it's very simple handwork, right? It's like, take the cap off, push the orange end into your leg, hold it for 3 seconds. But if you're learning that when the emergency is happening, that's really scary. So the opportunity to practice that ahead of time with a device that you can't physically practice with, to us, is really exciting.
I think the real reason Refract has worked so well is because we like working on the same kinds of projects. I really like that we're a good balance for each other. Usually, if one person is dreaming very fantastical and wants to have all of the features in an experience, the other one can kind of rein them in. And we've been able to have that balance the whole time, and it's enabled us to make some really streamlined and beautiful experiences, I think.